Nigeria's central bank has surprised Nigerians working all over the world by drastically reducing the way they can send money back home. That's about $20 billion a year, by the way. Now, they once had as many as 100 options, but are now being restricted to just 3 operators. Western Union, MoneyGram and Ria can continue transferring money to Nigeria. It seems to be a step back from a decision made by the Nigerian central bank to curb Western Union's almost 80% international money market share by banning exclusivity agreements with local banks. Well, smaller level licensed operators will now be squeezed out of the market by the new rules which favour their bigger rivals. Under new laws, companies must have been operating for more than 10 years and have at least $1 billion in net assets. Well, in a press release, the Central Bank of Nigeria says it wishes to advise Nigerians at home and in the diaspora to beware of the unwholesome activities of some unlicensed international money transfer operators in Nigeria. Well, this warning has become necessary because of the activities of some unregistered IMTOs whose modes of operation are detrimental to the Nigerian economy. Well, Alix Murphy is from one of the companies affected, World Remit, based in London. And until now, it says it sent 40,000 money transfers to Nigeria each month. Alix Murphy, thank you very much for joining us on Money Talks. Just want to ask you, what's happened to your Nigerian business?
Thank you so much. Well, it's as of earlier this week, the Central Bank of Nigeria has informed our partner correspondents, local companies in Nigeria, on an individual basis that they must cease sending and receiving money transfers effective immediately from all money transfer companies operating services to Nigeria, with the exception of 3 companies, Western Union,
Right.
MoneyGram and
Were you
Ria.
given any reason for that?
We were not given reason for that. What we do know is that this is a very sudden decision. It's a draconian measure, very sudden, very unexpected. We've been operating money transfers to Nigeria, serving the Nigerian diaspora for many years, and this is a very sudden decision, and it actually affects the Nigerian economy.
Do you have any idea how your customers and, as you were saying, the economy will be affected?
Well, certainly. The economy of Nigeria, as you mentioned, it receives over $20 billion in personal remittances sent by Nigerians, millions of Nigerians in the diaspora, all over the world, send money back. Those Nigerians at home will be immediately affected by the lack of choice in how they receive their money. We're going back to the days, as you mentioned, a few years ago, not long ago, when exclusivity agreements remained in the Nigerian economy and forcing the Nigerian diaspora to use only 3 money transfer companies going back into Nigeria.
Alix Murphy from World Remit, thank you very much for your story there. Let's go to Fidelis Mbah now. Fidelis, you're from Nigeria, you know the country very well. This is going to have a very important impact on Nigerians, isn't it? Because they don't all, in fact, many of them don't have dollar accounts.
Yes, because even now, there's sort of restriction on, how you can actually even set up domiciliary accounts, that's owning accounts in dollars, pounds, foreign currencies. Because most of the people own accounts, that's local accounts that are domiciled just in Nigeria, and they can't receive money except through these instant money transfers. And with this, those in diaspora can't, they are more sort of limited, because you're talking about rural areas where, for instance, you want to send money to someone who is in a village where there's no Western Union, there's no MoneyGram.
Well, that's the issue, isn't it?
Yeah.
The lack of choice, or the reduced number of operators down to Western Union, MoneyGram and Ria, is going to make it very hard for people who don't live near those particular firms.
And what's surprising even is for Ria, because for MoneyGram and Western Union, people are used to it. They have a lot of offices. But for Ria, I've never heard about Ria until I saw that press statement.
And any idea?
And I've spoken to bankers. I've spoken to people who are in the banking industry, and they're saying that this is the first time they're hearing about this company. So which is why
I wanted to ask you about that. Any idea at all why these 3 were chosen above everyone else?
Well, as for Western Union and MoneyGram, maybe because of their record over the years, they've been around for many years. But for Ria, I don't know about Ria. I'm just hearing it. So if you're talking about 10 years of operation, then how come RIA was able to make the cut?
Okay, Fidelis and Mbah, thank you very much for that.